Hello friends, welcome again to Quick Flicks. Today we are going to break down a Hollywood masterpiece. In this movie, three widows are forced to complete the unfinished heist of their late husbands. If you enjoy this movie recap, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. This motivates us to bring you even better content. The movie begins with four couples. The first couple is Veronica and Harry, who deeply loved each other. The second couple is Linda and Carlos. Linda runs a shopping store, while Carlos is a lazy man who wastes his own money and sometimes even Linda's on indulgences. The third couple is Alice and Gunnar. Gunnar was abusive toward Alice, frequently beating her, even though she did everything for him. There is also another couple, Amanda and her husband, but the movie does not focus much on them. The husbands of these four couples were close friends and carried out robberies together, but their wives were unaware of each other. One day, the four men are escaping after a heist, with the police chasing them. The situation escalates into a shootout. They stop at a location to switch vehicles, but just as they are about to leave, the police arrive and start shooting. This results in a massive explosion in the van, killing all four men on the spot. In the next scene, we see a politician, Mr. Mulligan, who is backing his son, Jack Mulligan, in the upcoming election. Jack then meets with Jamal and Jatem, two gangsters. Jamal is running against Jack in the election. Jack offers Jamal a large sum of money to withdraw his candidacy, but Jamal refuses, so Jack leaves. We then see Linda at her husband's funeral, where her mother-in-law insists on taking her children with her, but Linda refuses. Meanwhile, Veronica is seen heading to her husband's funeral in a car. Harry's remains have been sent in 3 separate boxes. Harry's loyal associate, Bash, gives Veronica a key and an address, following Harry's instructions before his death. Jatem and Jamal also attend Harry's funeral. Later, Veronica opens the locker with the key Bash gave her. Inside, she finds a diary containing Harry's next heist plan, a map of the target house, a club card, some private photographs, and an envelope labeled LV. Veronica visits a club where she meets Bobby, a close friend of Harry. She tells him about the diary, and Bobby advises her to give it to Jamal, hoping he might let go of the debt. Meanwhile, Alice struggles financially. Her mother suggests she become a prostitute to earn quick money without needing a job. On the other hand, Jack increases his election campaign because Jamal's popularity was growing. In fact, Jack did not want to enter politics, but his secretary encouraged him to take this decision. The next day, Veronica calls the 3 wives to meet at a spa, but only Linda and Alice show up, while Amanda does not come. Veronica tells them that their husbands had stolen $2 million from a man named Jamal, and now he's demanding that money from them. She says she has Harry's diary, which contains a complete plan to steal $5 million from a house, and they can use $2 million from that to repay Jamal. Veronica warns them that if they do not agree, she will give their addresses to Jamal. Then, Veronica calls both of them to meet at a specific location at 11:15 p.m. Meanwhile, Jamal goes to a church to meet a priest. He wants the priest to be part of his election campaign because people have blind faith in him. However, the priest demands a large sum of money since Jack had already offered him a better deal. The scene then shifts to a girl named Belle, who works at a salon. Linda calls Belle and offers her $12 per hour if she accepts a babysitting job. Belle rushes to catch a bus and arrives at Linda's house. After this, Linda leaves to meet Veronica, according to the plan. On the other hand, Bash takes Veronica to Eddie's hideout, where Harry used to meet his friends. Veronica had given this address to Linda and Alice. Meanwhile, Alice meets a man named David through a dating site. David speaks very kindly to Alice and tells her that he is an architect. Later, they both go to a hotel room. On the other hand, Jatema meets Bobby, whom Veronica had also visited earlier. Jatemi asks Bobby if he knows Veronica and beats him up. Bobby reveals that Veronica has Harry's diary, which contains details about his next heist. Jatim does not kill him because Jamal had forbidden any murders during the elections, but he warns Bobby that if his information is wrong, he will return to deal with him. Linda and Alice meet Veronica. Veronica asks Alice to buy a van and some guns, while she asks Linda to find out more about the blueprint. She also gives them money for these tasks. Alice buys a van at an auction, but it is very expensive and she does not know how to drive it, so she calls Veronica for help. Now, Veronica has to involve Bash to complete the mission. During this time, Linda finds a blueprint that reveals the name of the company that designed it. Linda visits the company to gather information, but she finds nothing useful. After several requests, a receptionist gives Linda the name of an architect who designed the blueprint. When Linda visits the architect's house, she learns that he passed away 4 months ago. This makes Linda even more worried. Meanwhile, Alice goes to buy a gun from a woman. Alice tells her that her husband used to beat her a lot and that she's staying in the country illegally, so she needs a gun for her safety. The woman helps her and Alice buys a gun. In the next scene, Linda meets Alice and tells her that she has not found anything about the blueprint. Alice takes the blueprint from her and says she will handle it. Then both of them go for shooting practice. Alice has good aim, but Linda needs more practice. On the other side, Jatemi tells Jamal that Veronica has a diary that contains a plan for a big heist by Harry. Jamal tells him to do nothing until the elections and that he still has 2 weeks left to return the money. One night, Bobby calls Veronica and asks if she gave the diary to Jamal, to which Veronica replies yes. At that moment, we see that Bobby was with another man. In the next scene, we see Jack, and it is revealed that he is only 6 points ahead of Jamal, but Jack is steadily gaining. The reason behind this was that Jack and his father had taken a $5 million commission from the Green Line Railway track project, and rumors about this had spread throughout society. In the next scene, we see Veronica's flashback, where she had a son who was shot by the police while inside a car. Veronica blamed Harry for her son's death, and Harry also believed the same. Just then, Veronica receives a call from Amanda, the wife of Harry's fourth partner. They meet at a restaurant and share their grief. Veronica does not want to involve Amanda in her mission because Amanda has a 4-month-old baby. Amanda asks if Harry must have left some money for her, but Veronica does not respond. In the next scene, Jatemi meets Bash and demands Harry's diary, which Veronica has. Bash says he no longer works for Veronica because she has no money, and besides, she doesn't have any diary. In the following scene, Veronica receives a parcel containing Bash's ring, meaning Bash has been killed. Just then, Jatem calls Veronica using Bash's phone and tells her she has only 1 week left. Meanwhile, Alice and David meet again and get intimate. David was supposed to give Alice information about the blueprint. Just then, Veronica arrives and is shocked to see this, as Alice's husband had passed away less than a month ago. The two slap each other, and then Veronica tells Alice about Bash. Veronica breaks down and Alice consoles her, telling her not to inform Linda or she will quit. The next day, they argue about hiring a driver, and Veronica meets Amanda to ask who their husband's driver was or where they serviced their car. Amanda's baby starts crying and she leaves to check on him. Meanwhile, Veronica's dog starts barking at a room. Veronica goes there, sees something, and then leaves. The next day, David gives Alice the full blueprint details and asks her to come to Shanghai with him, but Alice refuses. Veronica learns that the address is Jack's house and that the money came from the Green Line Commission. At home, Linda asks Belle if she can drive, to which Belle replies yes. Linda tells Veronica that Belle will be their new driver. Veronica hesitates at first, but agrees. The next day, Belle jogs outside Jack's house. Meanwhile, Veronica enters Jack's house under the pretense of a meeting. She discovers that the house has only one guard while Jack is busy in a meeting. Veronica sneaks upstairs, where workers are present. She sees a large city map. The hidden location where the money is stored is behind this map. A worker asks her why she's there, and she replies that she was just looking for the bathroom before sitting downstairs. Belle finds out that construction is ongoing at the back of the house, which is why the CCTV cameras are off. Inside, Jack argues with his father because he fired employees who had worked with them for 30 years. After a while, Veronica meets Jack and tells him that Jamal is threatening her. Veronica asks Jack for help, but Jack clearly refuses to help her. On the other hand, Belle sees the same man she saw in the salon. While coming out, Veronica sees the LV company's van, and the same company's envelope was found in Harry's diary. Belle asks her boss in the salon about the man, and her boss tells her that he is Jack's man. A few years ago, Jack helped me start my business, and now I have to pay Jack a regular fee. In the next scene, we see Linda, Belle, and Alice taking the matter lightly when Veronica arrives and tells them that this is no joke and they should all take it seriously. Linda says that if anything happens to her, her children should be told that she didn't lose courage. Then everyone practices running with their belongings. In the next scene, Alice asks David to take her, to which David says that he loves her, but he is not her husband, and this leads to an argument between the two. David gives Alice the money and leaves after ending the deal. On the other hand, Veronica blackmails a security employee of LV company to get the security codes. In fact, the photos found in Harry's diary were of this guard. Veronica blackmails him that if he doesn't give her the security code, she will give these photos to his wife. The man, scared, gives her the security code. Then we see that Jatami is keeping an eye on Veronica. In the next scene, Jack and Jamal are talking, and it turns out that according to the polls, Jamal is going to win. Jack tells Jamal that he will stop his election campaign so you will win and I will support you from the back end. That night, all four are ready to commit the robbery. The guards outside Jack's house are tricked by Belle and she leads them away, while Veronica, Linda and Alice enter the house from the back and knock out the guard, heading upstairs. Just as they reach a room, an elderly woman comes out, but when she sees the guns, she gets scared and goes back. When they reach the locker, Veronica types in the code and the lock opens. Once inside, they see a huge amount of money and they fill a lot of cash into their bags. But while fleeing, Jack's dad stops them at gunpoint, recognizes Veronica, and Alice gets shot. Then Linda shoots Jack's dad and she runs away with the injured Alice, reaching the van. But Jatami is already inside the van and takes them at gunpoint and drives away. On the way, Jatami is listening to Jamal's speech, but then the three of them hit a car into his van, causing the van to crash into a barrier and killing Jatami. The three immediately take the money from the van and put it in their car and drive away. Veronica drops Alice and Linda at the hospital because Alice was shot. At the hospital, Linda also notes down Alice's name incorrectly. Then Veronica drops Belle off at her house and leaves for her hideout. As Veronica is taking the money out of the car, Harry approaches her from behind. Friends, here is the climax of the movie. In fact, Harry had deceived his friends. He had placed the money in a van like his own and had opened the shutter himself. Then he took half of the money out of the van and went a little further to blow the van up with a bomb. He had also bribed the doctor to make the body seem like Harry's. But Veronica already knew all this because she had seen Harry's bottle at Amanda's house, and now Harry was about to give some of the money to Jack. Harry was about to shoot Veronica, but then Veronica shoots him, causing Harry's death right there. Veronica places her gun next to Harry, the same gun he had used to kill Jack's dad, so that in case of an investigation, all the blame would fall on Harry. Then Veronica takes all the money in her car and leaves the place. In the next scene, we see that Belle had left a lot of money for her boss, so now she wouldn't have to pay Jack. Then Belle leaves in her car with her daughter. On the other hand, Linda buys back a store. Then Veronica sees Alice in a restaurant, and just then, a man approaches Veronica. Veronica hands him a bag of money and says that with this money, build a library in the name of my son Marcus at the school. Veronica calls Alice as she walks out, and this wonderful movie ends right here.